If you're looking to go deeper with your analysis of the AI predictive algorithm and the match analysis hub, one of the areas that's proves quite popular is the ability to export the historical data that sits behind the recommendations and analysis. You can do this by going up to the menu option here with match analysis and clicking on AI report. This will then open a page similar to this, and as you can see here, there's a couple of links which will help you understand the report in greater detail. But what you can do here is select the date period. So let's just choose the first week of August. As you'll see, this is pulled back a wide range of data here, and for making it for easier analysis, you can now export this into Excel. And while that is downloading, you can export as far back as the data is available on here, which is back as far as early 2020. Please note, due to the size of the files, you would not be able to do this in one export, and we recommend exporting at most 1 month at a time and then combining the files for your analysis. In future, we will be providing a complex and very useful Excel template to make the analysis of this data much more easy for you, and we'll create a video and advise all members when this is available for your use. In the meantime, we can dive into Excel now and see what kind of data we receive. I'll just sort of go across this heading by heading to give you a rough idea of what you're looking at. First few columns are pretty self-explanatory. We can see the league, the date that it took place, the teams that are involved, what the score was at halftime, how many goals were scored by the home team, how many goals scored by the away team, and the total goals scored in the first half. In this top line example, there's no goals. And then we can also see the full-time score. Again, goals scored by the home team, away team, and the total. Now, this is what we start to see is the figure here is a percentage chance or probability of a particular result happening. So in this example, we can see Deportiva Cuenca. They had a 35.96% chance of winning the game, and they did in fact win 1-0. But the odds, when we convert that 35.96 into decimal odds, so converting the probability into decimal odds, that indicates that we should have the true odds of this event happening with 2.78. Now, if we remember that figure, we'll compare that. Actually, we'll go over here. The odds on the home team actually winning the game were 1.54. So they were a strong favourite in the market, but from our perspective, and as the scoreline suggests, they perhaps were not as strong a favourite as the odds were available. Now, if we scroll across, now we will see here home margin, draw margin, away margin. This is basically a calculation which does the same effect as looking at the true odds against the real odds. And we're looking for a positive figure to indicate value and a negative figure to indicate a lack of value in the market. And this one in particular was not value, despite the final result. Now the 1x2 bet column here, this is what the AI algorithm has determined by looking at similar matches over thousands of games, and it's recommended that the result on this particular one would have been a draw. And this here indicates whether the recommendation was a correct one or not. And this gives you a quick P&L of what the AI algorithm's profitability has been in recent matches. Similarly, we have the score bet, so it was recommending a 1-1 scoreline. Again, this wasn't successful, but it wasn't in the second game listed. Similarly, as we go across, you can find the odds for both teams to score markets, whether the AI is recommending it being both teams to score. Again, similar in that whether it was correct, and the P&L, you can sum these up over a large period of time. Again, same, whether on the odds on over 2.5, under 2.5, 3.5, and under 3.5, and the recommendation by the algorithm. And in this instance was correct, recommending under 2.5 goals. There's only one goal, and that generated a profit of 0.61 units. Now, as we go further through this, the columns are quite similar. This is indicating the probability of there being goals, what those true odds are, and whether there's value in the over or under market. And that's the same for each of the headings as we go across here. And the last couple of sections are quite useful. So what this is showing is perceived strength of the home team and the away team in terms of their attacking intent. So this was giving a 68% chance of the away team scoring a goal and a 31% chance of them scoring 2 goals. But equally, there was a 31% chance of the away team not scoring, which would have been correct in this instance. And then where it says HT over 0.5 was indicating a 68% chance, so similar to the away team, of them scoring at least 1 goal, which is a probability of 1.46. And there was a 32% chance of it being over 2 goals for the home team. From this, you can start working out the strengths of each of those sides. Now we have an expectancy, which is based on the goal supremacy statistics, and this is indicating that the expectancy was supporting the away team, and they were ahead by 0.13 goals. Whereas in this example, the second row, we can see the expectancy was for the home team to win, and they had a strong goal expectancy of 2. We can see the average home expectancy and the average away expectancy. And in the final few rows, we can see the percentage chance of a particular scoreline occurring. And in this example, we can see that the favorite was 1-1, closely followed by a 1-0 or a 0-1 outcome, which was actually the correct score. So this would have been potentially a good opportunity to Dutch a couple of those lower particular scorelines. So hopefully this gives you a quick overview of what data is available within the AI export. And once you've downloaded that, you can start conducting more detailed analysis. And we are now making this data available within the system builder exports. So once you export a system that you've created, you can also now start applying some of these metrics to that system to see if you can tweak or refine or improve that particular system. I hope you found this video useful, and do look out for other videos in the series related to the Match Analysis Hub and how you can get the most profitable advice from it.